Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 41 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today we're at the Charlotte Roval for the running of the Bank of America Roval 400. It is the last race of round 1, and after this race, 6 drivers will be eliminated from playoff contention. It's going to be an intense race here to decide who will advance to round 2. On the pole will be the number 13 of Steve Morgan. On the outside will be the number 1, Ryan Narani. Row 2 will have the number 21, John Andrews, and the number 6 of Isaiah Bernesh. And row 3 is Priya McShane, the 24, and Nathan Ormond in the number 9. Row 4, Zachary Fitzwater and Rufus Langerick. And row 2 is Robert Smith, who won last week at Rockingham to lock himself into round 2, along with Daniel Bouchard. And here's the rest of the playoff field: Sharon Evans and Chris Leone, Cassandra Kirker and Giovanni Castillo, Maxwell Smart and Vin Tracy Battle, and Ethan Sale and Coda Butcher. And we'll see 6 drivers again be eliminated from the playoffs after this race. So every point matters here today to see which 6 drivers will see their championship hopes come to an end. With this 18-lap race all around the Charlotte Roval, should be a fun race here to watch at the road course. So coming into today, Nathan Ormond is 4 points below the cutoff. Steve Morgan's 9 points below. Van Tracy 13, Kirker 16, Langerick 22, and Castillo 33. Those are the drivers that are below the cutoff line right now, and they need to get good finishes in order to advance to the next round. Steve Morgan is on the pole here today. We'll see if he can win and get himself into the next round, or will there be another surprising winner here today at the Roval? And here we go to the green flag. We're underway in the Bank of America Roval 400. I do apologize for some parts glitching. Not sure why they're glitching like that. But yeah, just try to bear with us here. I don't know why the cars like to glitch like that. They have a tendency to glitch here at this track. Oh, not a good crash. Oh boy, wow. I don't know what to say. Wow. Nikki Maxwell gets turned around in the corner. Wow, I've never seen a wreck like that before, and I really can't show you another view because I'm afraid that it's gonna crash the game. Wow. Oh no, they're going at it again. Oh man. Oh, it's glitching everywhere. Yeah, I really hope this game doesn't crash on me with all the glitching that's been going on. Oh, wow, what a start to this race. Wow. You just saw what happened there. There's like glitching everywhere. I'm just hoping that this race does not end like does not crash on me. I really hope that it doesn't crash on me. But Steve Morgan's going to lead us to the caution flag. Let's just go on to the restart and hope that it doesn't crash on me for the rest of this race. Oh man, this is going to be a tough race to do. And Maxwell's out of the race, by the way, so after a hard crash like that, yeah, she's going to be out of this race. So the green flag waves again. Yeah, what a scary crash for Nikki Maxwell right there. Yeah, it was scary looking. Even from like this view, it was really scary looking. Wow. Oh man, that was just one of the strangest crashes I've ever seen. Okay, so we're back to racing here on the Roval. Let's hope things get better here as we go along. Well, this race has been known to be filled with cautions, but this is like the 4th, 5th race that these guys have driven in on the Roval, so I think that by now they know probably what to expect here at the Roval. Oh, my game is freezing up on me at this part again. Oh, man. I gotta be really, really careful before the game crashes out on me. Otherwise, otherwise I have to start over again. I really hope this doesn't happen. The crash doesn't happen. Steve Morgan's out to a comfortable lead right now so far as we go to lap 5. And for once, we didn't get a caution. Because you could recall the past couple races here at the Roval, they've been all wreck fests. They've been wrecking left and right. But now it looks like these drivers have gotten a hang of this Roval track and are doing the best they can to gain whatever points they could. Nathan Ormond running in the 4th spot. He's one of the drivers in the cutoff, below the cutoff line. So he's trying to get as many points as possible for him to advance to the next round. He's right now in 4 points below the cutoff. If he stays in the top 5, he might be advancing to the next round on points. But he would love nothing more than to win this race, because he's already won on a road course before, and that was back in the Daytona road course. And the caution's out again after that green flag run, and I do not know where it came. I think it was with Evan Hunter. So let's hope that the replay doesn't screw me over. And let's show you the wreck if we can. Oh no, these two cars went to pit. So where was the wreck? Was there even a wreck to begin with? Right there. Yeah, I think there was. Somebody spun in that corner. Quinn Porter. Yeah, there was Quinn Porter, and JD Figueroa just went around, and for some reason that brought the caution. Yeah, I don't know why that would bring out a caution. They didn't even spin out fully. And yet that brought the caution out. Like, what in the world? How was that a caution? That's very strange. Oh, it's glitching up again. I gotta move. Yeah, I just saw the glitch up again. Oh, man. Oh, man. I gotta move this. I gotta move this as quickly as possible so we don't glitch out on me. I really hope it doesn't glitch out on me. I really, really hope it doesn't glitch out on me. Green flag is in the air once again here with 11 laps to go at the Roval. Steve Morgan, unless he makes a mistake, he could be leading this pack right here. But as you see here, it's not guaranteed, as JD Figueroa is trying to get by this 9 car. Will the 9 hang on? Looks like he might on this braking zone. Oh, they're side by side again for the points. This is for big points here. Figueroa. No, wait, not Figueroa. I'm sorry. That's, yeah, that is, that's Isaiah Bernash. Oh, I always mistaken for Figueroa for some reason, because that used to be his old ride. This track certainly, it slows down at this corner for some odd reason. Oh my gosh. I apologize for the slowness in some parts. I just never had this problem before, and it looks like with all the cars in this pack, oh boy, it's a mess. And now Nathan Ormond is battling with Priya McShane. And it doesn't appear there's going to be some teammates here with just 9 laps to go. And here comes Ormond and McShane. Who's going to get the advantage? Ooh, 24 cut off a little bit of the grass there. Wow. Shouldn't that be a penalty or something? Is that corner cutting? I'm not sure about that. You just saw the 24 just cut into the grass like that. I'm not even sure that's a penalty. 24 is just trying to hang on. The 9 car has the advantage. Ooh, 9 car's a little loose. 9 car has the better exit. Let's see who's going to get the better brakes here. Might be the 9. Unless the 24 can fight back on the S's. That 24 is going to try to fight back on the S's. Ooh, 9 into the wall. Could open the door for the 24 to make that pass. Still side by side. This is for 5th place. And the 24 trying to clear the 9. Their teammate. Oh, into the S curves. Still hanging on. And they're still trying to get the clean pass. And the 24 gets by and gets the pass cleanly. Or does the 9 fight back? Ooh, 9's fighting back. And the 9 just fought back, and the 9 just was able to get that run. Ooh, wow, that was a tight battle right there. Oh my gosh. That was a tight battle there in the corner, and the 9 car was able to make it through. Wow, somehow, some way. My goodness. It is a tough battle here in the Roval, trying to collect those critical points to move on to the next round. And the caution is out again, and we have a spin. I think it involves Christian Vargas. Do I dare go back and try to... Yeah. I think so. I think Christian Vargas went around in the corner, hit the wall, and that brought the caution. So... I guess we can assume that brought the caution, because I'm not going to go back and look very carefully, because you saw how the game lags in certain points, and yeah, I'm not risking a crash here. So we're going to go back to the restart. A couple drivers pitted, but Steve Morgan is going to still lead with 6 laps to go. Could come down to overtime if needed. The green flag is out again. Steve Morgan is out, up and running. The lead positions have not changed much in the top 10. If Steve Morgan hangs on, he'll be moving on to the next round. And this is a much needed race for him to move on to the next round. Steve Morgan did not win this season until Pocono, almost late into the season. Now he's looking to get his 2nd win, and more importantly, hopes to help him move on to round 2 of the playoffs. Zach Fitzwater, Robert Smith locked in to the playoffs already, to the next round I should say, with wins earlier in this round. And now Andrews and Bernesh battling for 3rd place. Is Bernesh going to be able to keep up with the 21? Looks low. Is he going to be able to make a move on this corner? Not quite yet. No, he's not going to be able to do so. And Priya McShane's trying to catch up to the 9, trying for another go at that 9 car's 5th position. Big points on the line here, but if Orman still hangs on, that's a top 5 finish. And Orman needs those points to move on to the next round. He's 4 points below the cutoff. And Tracy Battles 13 points below the cutoff, and he is running right now in 32nd, so not looking too good for the defending champion to come back for another shot at the championship. It's not looking too good for that 17. The 3 car's running 29th, and also not looking too good for the 3 to advance to the next round. And the 41 and 18 are also below the cutoff. The 41 though is running 7th. If he hangs on, there may be enough points for him to advance. He's got to get lucky, and he's got to hope that his drivers in front of him end up with bad luck. And the 18 car is running 11th, so outside the top 10 at this point. But he really needs all the points he can get. He might need to win this race outright just to make it to the next round. So 18 really needs all the help he can get at this point to make it to the next round. He's way below the cutoff. In fact, he's last among the playoff drivers. 4 laps to go. So not much going on in the front. 13 though has been dominating most of the race. So far so good for that team, and they hope that the caution does not come out at this point, so that they would come down to overtime, because if it comes to overtime, it's going to get crazy. It'll be a crazy finish we anticipate if there is an overtime finish. Some drivers on the pit road, but they have damage already, so I'm not sure if that's going to play a factor into who wins this race. Steve Morgan's lead is almost a second and a half right now. But he's got to get through perfectly, and he's got to hope that the fuel and tires last, because we saw last season the drivers had to wait till the very end to come to pit road, try to stretch the fuel as much as they could. But I think they got the hang of it right now in terms of fuel and tires, but we might still see some leaders pitting at near the end. Who knows what's going to happen near the end of this race. 3 laps to go for Steve Morgan as he's trying to hang on and move on to the next round with a victory. A lot of moves need to be made here at this point with 3 laps to go. He's just got to get through this course perfectly, and he will take the win and move on to the next round. Rufus Langerick is running up to the 5th spot. He just jumped up to 5th. What a run for the 41 car. Top 5 finish it could be for the 41. And that could be huge. It may or may not be enough points to move on to the next round, but Langerick, though, is trying to collect all the points he can get. Gets in the top 3. It might come down to it might be very close to see if he moves on to the next round on points. It might come down to the wire. You see a lot of slowdown here, and I'm just hoping that this race goes on. Oh man, I really hope this race goes on without a hitch because of all the slowdowns and glitches we've had so far. Keeping my fingers crossed that this does not end like in a crash because it's slowing down on me, and I really hope that it doesn't crash on me. 2 laps to go here at the Roval, and Morgan comes to pit. The leaders are pitting with 3 laps to go, and I kind of knew this was going to happen. They were going to come down to pit, and they were going to try to stretch the fuel, and they really couldn't do it. And now the 10 car, Sharona Evans, is leading. This changes the game. This completely changes the playoff picture. Sharona Evans leads, and if she hangs on, saves fuel, and wins, she'll move on to the next round. Well, she has a lot of points, though. She comes in right now 35 points above the cutoff, so this, if she stays in the top 10, she might be good to advance to the next round. If she wins, though, she won't have to worry about the points in the first round at least, and we'll move on to the next round with teammate Zach Fitzwater. Still a possibility that these guys, playoff drivers, could still win this race. Handful of cars have decided to stay out. Whoo boy, who's going to stay out the longest? Who's going to try to stretch this to the very end? 13 car, it looked like he was going to run away with this victory, but no, there were pit stops at near the end like last season. And the 10 car is going to try to stretch. The 12 just couldn't stretch it enough. And here comes the white flag with 1 more lap to go. And this race is ending under the green no matter what. Someone's going to win here today, lock themselves into the next round. Will Sharona Evans win and get herself into the next round? Giovanni Castillo is now up to 2nd and Coda Butcher in 3rd. Top 3 running right now. And what a rare top 5 it would be for Don Falconer running in 4th. A very rare top 5 for him. And Falconer has a chance to finish in the top 5, which would be an amazing run for him among the non-playoff drivers. Sharona Evans, she won on the road course. She won back at Circuit of the Americas, and she won the Indy exhibition race a few weeks ago. We'll see if she saves enough fuel and wins another road course race for the number 10. Does she have enough fuel? Down the final laps here, final corners for Sharona Evans. She might be able to make it to the next round. And looks like she's going to stay out and try to win this thing. And here she comes off the final corner. Sharona Evans is going to be the winner here at the Charlotte Roval, and she will move on to round 2 of the playoffs. Sharona Evans wins it on a fuel mileage gamble, and the number 10 is going to advance to round 2 of the playoffs. Sharona Evans, your winner, once again on the road course. Both of her wins now have come on road courses, and she also won the exhibition race at Indianapolis a while back, so she has a lot of experience around the road courses. And Sharona Evans is the winner here today at Charlotte. Final results, by the way, before we show you who moves on to the next round of the playoffs. And Sharona Evans, Giovanni Castillo, Coda Butcher finished in the top 3 among playoff drivers. And Castillo, Butcher, they were above the cutoff line, so this may assure them of having them into the next round of the playoffs. Castillo came in, by the way, 33 points below the cutoff line. We mentioned earlier that he was in last place among the playoff drivers, and we'll see if this will bring him to the top. This would be a huge comeback story if Castillo has enough playoff points to advance to round 2. Coda Butcher ends up in the 3rd spot, so it's safe to say that Butcher might also make it to the next round. He had the last spot to advance, by the way, coming in 4 points above the cutoff. He was on the last driver to make it on points, so this might give him a little bit of extra safety there for him. Top 3, it's safe to say. Daniel Beauchard comes home 6th place, and Cassandra Kirker comes home 8th place. And how about this? Kirker came in below the cutoff, 16 points below. But the question is it going to be enough for her to advance to round 2? Steve Morgan, Ryan Durante, John Andrews, Nathan Orman were 11th through 14th. And I'm sure Steve Morgan would have loved to have won this race here today. And now all of a sudden, he lost a lot of points. And this could be critical for him to advance to the next round. So now we'll have to see if the 11th position is going to be enough for Steve Morgan to move on. And Bernash, Langerick, Smart, Smith, Leon, McShane. Look at that. Pack of playoff cars from 16th to 21st. Zach Fitzwater came 24th, but he advanced already on the win. And Ethan Sale, Van Tracy battle 30th and 31st, so they're not looking too good right now in terms of points. And Van Tracy was actually the lowest finishing driver among the playoff drivers in 31st. So now it's time to reveal who moves on to round number 2.
Alrighty guys, here we are, the points for the first round of the playoffs. We're going to count them down live so that we add a little bit more drama to who advances to the next round. First off, we do know that Zach Fitzwater, Robert Smith, Sharona Evans all won their events in round 1 and they'll move on to round 2. We know that. We know 3 drivers are going to make it to the next round. We also know that 6 drivers will not make it to the next round. We will have 12 drivers in round number 2. So let's count down the points live. Anyway, so Maxwell Smart's first here, 19 points from the Roval. We add that to his 2,073 points and we get a total of 2,092 points. Daniel Bouchard, 47, had 2,070 points before Charlotte, gained 31 points in the race. His new total will be 2,101 points. So he actually is ahead of Maxwell Smart for now. And we'll see now, let's see John Andrews' total. He comes in with 2,068 points, and he had 24 points at Charlotte, so his new total, I'm going to be counting down just so that I make sure that everything is correct and I don't make a mistake here. So the total is now set at 2,092 points, so he's actually tied with Maxwell Smart right now. He's tied with the 20 of Maxwell Smart, so we'll see how we'll see if they can hang on to that. Ryan Durante, 2,065 points. He came in, 25 points he gained at Charlotte, and that brings his total up to 2,090 points. Priya McShane came in with 22,057, 16 points earned in that round. The new total for Priya is 267, that's 10. And then the 73, it's 2,073 points for the 24, Priya McShane. Isaiah Bernesh, 6 in the 6, has 2,051 points, 21 gained at the Charlotte Roval. His new total now stands at 2,072 points. Chris Leone at 2,046 points coming in, and he gained 17 points after the Roval event, so his new total now stands at 2,063 points. Ethan Sale is in the 8 with 2,043 points, plus 7 is 2,050 points. So not looking good for Sale to move on to the next round, but we'll have to wait and see. And finally, among the drivers that were above the cutoff line before the race, Coda Butcher at 2,040 points. So he gained 34 big points after the race, and his new total will now be 2,074 points. So he actually is out of the last spot of the cutoff and is ahead of Priya McShane right now in terms of the points. So those are point totals coming in for the drivers that were above the cutoff before the race. Ethan Sale is now at the cutoff at 2,050 points. That's the goal for the drivers below him to move on to the next round. So here we go. We're going to do the ones that were below the cutoff before the race. Nathan Ormond had 2,036 points. He gained 23 points at the Roval, and he will definitely be over Ethan Sale. His new total now stands at 2,059 points. So Nathan Ormond has overtaken Ethan Sale in the points total, and that will eliminate Ethan Sale from the playoffs. And Nathan Ormond for now has a last spot into the next round. Steve Morgan almost won the race, and as you know, he dropped back because he ran out of gas. So he came in with 2,031 points, and his total was 26 points at the end of the race. So his point total will now stand at 2,057 points. and Steve Morgan is going to fall 2 points short of moving on to the next round, which is just insane. If he had hanged on, if he won the race, he would have moved on to the next round. If he had finished even in the top 10, he probably would have made it to the next round, but because of pit stops and the final laps of drivers going in and out, he lost those points, and now he's not going to move on into round 2. How heartbreaking. Steve Morgan had dominated the Roval before he had to come to pit road for fuel, and he ended up not finishing inside the top 10. And unfortunately, that cost him. So Steve Morgan will not move on to round 2 into the next round. Van Tracy Battle came in with 2,027 points. Really needed a big day to move on, to have any shot to move on to the next round, and he unfortunately did not have a great day. He was the lowest among the playoff drivers of the Roval, only scoring 6 points that race. So with 2,033 points, he will not repeat as your champion, and this season we're going to have a new champion here in the PLCS. So Van Tracy Battle has been eliminated from the playoffs. Cassandra Kirker came in at 2,024 points. So her new total after earning 29 points at the Roval will stand at 2,052 points. And my mouse is not working. Oh, wait, never mind. My mouse froze there for... Oh my gosh, my mouse is not working. I apologize. My mouse just almost does this sometimes. My mouse just doesn't want to work it sometimes. And yeah, I hope that my mouse doesn't crash on me. Yeah, I was thankful that the game didn't crash on me when it was slow. Now my mouse is going slow, and it's not even going to try to move. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 2,033 points, and 2,053 points for Cassandra Kirker, and she will not advance into the next round. So she will also be eliminated from playoff contention. And Rufus Langerick came in with 2,018 points, and he had 20 points, by the way, at the Roval, so his new total stands at 2,038 points. And with that, he will not make it to the next round. And I could have updated him because he moved up actually over Van Tracy Battle, but my mouse is not working at the moment. It just crashed on me. It just, froze on me, and now it's working, thank goodness. I apologize for my mouse being, buggy today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Rufus Langerick will not make it to the next round of the playoffs. He actually scored more points than Van Tracy Battle, but not by much. So the last spot is Giovanni Castillo. Came in with the least amount of points at 2,007 points. 35 points he gained after finishing runner-up, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to be enough for him to advance to the next round. His total now sits at 2,042 points. So with that, he will also not make it to the next round of the playoffs. And he will be ahead of Langerick and Van Tracy Battle in the points, but he will also be eliminated from playoff contention. So there you have it, folks. Those are the final points after round 1, and we know the 6 drivers will be eliminated from round 1 of the playoffs. There was Steve Morgan, Cassandra Kirker, Ethan Sale, Rufus Langerick, and Van Tracy Battle, and Giovanni Castillo. They have been eliminated from the playoffs, and Nathan Ormond, by just 2 points, makes it to the next round. How about that? Ormond got those positions after the drivers ran out of gas on the final lap. Those ended up being the difference, as Nathan Ormond collects the victory. No, he doesn't collect the win, I'm sorry. He collected the big points and moved on over to the next round. And so the others above Nathan Ormond also move on to the next round. They'll be in the round of 12 in round number 2. So we look forward to seeing them back in the playoffs in round number 2. Hope you'll join us for the next round of the PLCS playoffs. So until then, we will see you guys later, as we have now 12 drivers left fighting for the championship. So until then, we will see you later.